Congratulations, you properly shaped up with AngularJS. I'm Greg Pollock.
And I'm Alyssa Nichol.
And Alyssa actually did a lot of the content for the course and the challenges and all that sort of stuff, in case you're wondering. And in this video, we're going to be bringing you through a bunch of free resources that you need to know to continue learning Angular. All right, so first of all, we have
the Angular docs. If you go to angularjs.org, underneath develop, the first link is tutorial. And there's a really neat tutorial. Like it talks about
getting started, getting your environment set up. I'm doing a little git here, npm install, and then it goes into running Bower, which is how you basically, run the code, right?
Locally, yes.
Locally, which so you don't have to like load up the files sometimes, right?
Yeah, it's really cool. So if you have no idea what we're talking about, take a look.
Check it out. Next up, if you click on the next link down here, which is the developer guide, they've got a bunch of guides along the side that you can read about they're from varying topics. And if you scroll down on this front page, you'll get to learning resources, which also has a couple more links that we're not covering.
But on that, the next thing is develop and then the API reference, which I personally use a ton. So if we mention something during the course or later on you want to just dive deeper into Angular, this is the place to get started and start searching. So
cool. Then also, I know a lot of people who started learning Angular by going to egghead.io. It's a series of screencasts that will teach you Angular, and there's a bunch of free ones, and of course you can get a paid subscription if you want as well. But there's also some really great Angular screencasts covering stuff like data modeling, protractor testing. I don't know what that is. Do you know what that is?
No, it's getting just deeper into Angular. So if you want to use testing, protractor is something you can use to do that.
But it's not actually with a protractor.
No, they just named it protractor.
How disappointing.
The next one, speaking of screencasts, is the Thinkster.io. And I know they have some free stuff. I think at the bottom you can find out what's free and what's paid.
There you go. Okay. So you've got a free online ebook, a paid PDF, and then some videos too.
Right.
Goes along with it.
And then the next one's actually my personal favorite. It's called Dash. It's an application you download for free, and you want to go ahead and try it while I'm talking about it, Greg?
If you're on a Mac.
Yes. Yeah, I'm a Mac lover. So if you want to search for something through the API reference guide.
This is on your local computer here.
So you could be offline, just go ahead and say dash and then whatever you're searching for. So dash directive and you press enter. It's going to go ahead and bring up the docs and then scroll down a little bit. It'll have like examples of how to use it. It describes it in detail and it even has links. So it's a really cool application. I think you all should check it out.
That's awesome. Then, now it's popping up at the bottom. Quit. All right. Also wanted to mention that since Angular is getting more popular, there's tons of meetups that I've been going to. So if you really want to become part of the community, get help, it's best to find other people that are learning Angular too. So feel free to go to meetup.com, search Angular.
You can also input where you are and how the radius you want to search for.
Hey, look, there's an Angular meetup in Orlando.
What?
We should totally go. All right. Next up, I want to mention that following a lot of the Code School courses we create these screencasts called Soup to Bits, where we take all the knowledge that we just taught you in the course, and we basically teach you it from the ground up, building an application, what it might look like to build an Angular application from the ground up.
So it's you and the other course teacher, right?
Right.
And then I jumped in for a little bit there as well. I think it's about an hour long, so if you want to get a little bit more advanced and even build an app.
To be transparent, though, this is a paid thing.
Oh, right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that leads us to the next paid thing, which we're working on, which is shaping up with AngularJS. So if you like the first course, please stay tuned for the second Angular course that we're making.
Yep.
Go and learn. Don't stop learning and wait for this course. Go to the free resources and continue learning Angular.
Absolutely.
And then when this is ready, you can check it out. Also want to mention on Code School, if you're not familiar with Git yet, we've got some great Git courses. First of all, Git Real. I think the first level's free on that one, so you can give it a try. And then also, this is our JavaScript path. We've got a whole series of JavaScript courses if you want to strengthen your JavaScript skills.
Yeah, so if during our Angular course you were a little confused, maybe there's some things you didn't understand, we were going off the assumption that you had a basic JavaScript knowledge. So if you're confused, please jump over to the road trip courses.
Yeah, check out the different road trip courses because they definitely go into like intermediate to advanced JavaScript stuff, as well as we've got 2 jQuery courses as well. I know in the second jQuery course we cover promises. So if you're kind of lost when we mention that word, check it out. Also, all of our developers use CoffeeScript here at Code School when they're coding Angular. So definitely check out the CoffeeScript course if you want to be coding with the rest of the
The cool people.
cool. Yeah, I don't know if I would go that far. But also by now, at some point, we're going to be releasing a JavaScript best practices course. It's not out quite yet, but it might be by the time you listen to this. And it's a good course to really get into that really advanced JavaScript. And we should probably also take a moment to thank the Google team that runs the Angular project, because without them, this free thing would not be possible. So really appreciate you guys taking the time to play through Shaping Up with AngularJS. Thanks for watching, and hopefully you are a better programmer because of it.
Thanks, guys.
The Flatlanders need a store to sell their gems and more. They need it really quick. Angular will do the trick. Directives set the stage in your HTML page. Controllers give your app the behavior that it lacks. Write expressions so that you can add your data to the view. And modules make connections with dependency injections. You're a scripting connoisseur when shaping up with AngularJS.